My life. My name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I do these lives Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. It's a 90-minute live, and I am a TikTok live veteran, and I have done over 500 TikTok lives, so I'm an old pro, you might say, at doing these lives, and I love doing them because I get to share the advice that I have lived in these 81 years. Good morning. And I live a virtually stress-free life. And I have been gifted with the gift of being able to communicate through my words, the advice that I share, and what I call helpful hand visuals, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. So I share 4 pillars of advice, and I'll tell you what those are as well. I wanted to tell y'all why I often get questions about how come I'm doing my lives at 4 a.m. Well, my answer is why not 4 a.m.? Now, I love the night, and I'm just going to, hey, Shells, I'm just going to tell y'all why it is that I love the night. The reason why is because when I was 18 years old, okay, 18 years old, I graduated from high school, Detroit's Commerce, the High School of Commerce, in January. And I was a good student. And I told my mother that I wasn't going to look for a job. Yeah, okay, yeah, but see, I'm talking about my time. It's at 4 a.m. So a lot of people uh, ask me how come I do my lives at 4 a.m. And my answer to that is why not? Okay, how come not? Okay, so, but it goes back to when I was 18 years old. Now, when I graduated from high school, I told my mother that I didn't want to look for a job for a couple of months, you know. My mother was wonderful. So she said, okay. And so let's see, sometime late March, I graduated in January now, sometime late March, one of our neighbors, Miss Baker, I never will forget, she told my mama that Detroit Edison was hiring. And so when I heard that, I went to Detroit Edison and I took the test. They had a battery of tests. Now, mind you, I had just graduated from the High School of Commerce in Detroit. It was one of the best, the second best high school in the whole city at that time. 1962, January 1962, when I graduated. I'm explaining y'all why I do my lives at 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? So, late March, I went to Detroit Edison. It was on Friday, April 6, 1962. And I took all the tests that they have. By the way, I got the highest score possible on every test that they gave me because I had just graduated from the High School of Commerce in Detroit. That's one of the best high schools at that time in the whole city, the second best. The first best is Cass Tech. And my man graduated from Cass Tech, and I graduated from the High School of Commerce. So I passed the test with the highest score possible. Started work that following Monday, which was my mother's birthday, April 9th. That's how come I remember all this stuff so clearly, okay? So April 9th, I started working at Detroit Edison. Junior stenographer. My curriculum was stenography, okay? So, I mean, I was typing, I took a shorthand at about 100 words a minute. Typing speed was about 90 words a minute, you know. And so I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So now, Monday night, I had to go to bed early. Or not early, but I had to go to bed because I had to get up to go to work Tuesday. Same thing Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Thursday night came, I went to bed. Friday night came. I said to myself, I'm 18 years old now. You see, I'm 18 years old. And I said to myself, you ain't got to get up to go to work tomorrow. And so I just stayed up till it was, I don't know what time it was, but I have never gone to bed when I don't have to go to work or school or have anything else to do. I love to sleep. I get 8 hours of sleep. A couple years ago, my granddaughter and her then husband stayed here, and for just, they were just visiting. And he got up and he said, I was doing my live, or I was getting ready to do it, or whatever. And he said, Grandma sure got up early. And my granddaughter said, no, Grandma ain't went to bed yet. Yeah, see, so that's my whole thing. And I raised my son like that. If he does not have to go to school when he was little, going to school, if he didn't have to go to school the next day, he could stay up as late as he wanted to, or as late as he could, because, and that was my rule, when kids came to spend the weekend with us, you don't have to go to bed. Ain't no bedtime here. If you don't have to go to school or whatever, you don't have to go to bed. So the kids were really, really enthusiastic because they used to stay up till the sun came up. Okay? So that's the way I have lived my life since I was 18 years old. Okay? And I'm 81 now. Backwards. 8 and now 81. Okay. So that is, hey, I just love the night, and I've trained myself for, so that's why and it's 5 o'clock p.m. somewhere in the world, so all right. So now, as Schuster is saying, no politics and no religion on my live. I don't allow that. My moderators will take care of you. No politics, no religion. Don't talk that Jesus stuff. Don't talk that Bible stuff. I talk to God all day long, and God ain't got no religion. You understand? God ain't got no religion. So don't come with this Jesus stuff, and don't come with this Bible stuff, and no politics, okay? So you will be removed. And say, I'll remove you too. So now, my name is Joyce Fields. I'm 81 years old, and I do lives Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. I am a TikTok live veteran. I have done over 500 TikTok lives, same lives, 90 minutes long, where I share advice. I'm 81. I have lived the advice that I share with y'all since I was about 10 years old, okay? I know that the advice that I share with y'all, I know that it works. And my gift, and all of us have been given gifts. 90 minutes. All of us have been given gifts. And one of mine is I've been given the ability, the gift of being able to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, examples, and all of that by using words that come out of my mouth, along with the helpful hand visuals that I do. My hands, I use my hands, along with the words that come out of my mouth, and it communicates the philosophies, concepts, ideas, you'll see, from my mind to y'all's mind. Okay. Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining my live. I only ask you to share the live because I want to be able to share this advice with a lot more people. Okay, so you still will be able to hear what I say, but I'll hide you because I don't want those comments about Jesus and the Bible. I don't believe in that stuff, okay? To each his own. You want to just talk about Jesus and the Bible? Take it someplace else. You don't have to be here, okay? Because you're going to be hidden or removed. All right, so Um, where was I? I was telling y'all about the lives that I do. I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life. Undifficult your life. A lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they need to be. And the advice that I share 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 1, hey turkey, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I tell you how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm. The advice that I share is for anybody ages 10 and up. My advice is not age specific. I don't even understand how that could be. Okay, enough of that. My advice is for people ages 10 and up. So, pillar number 3, I remember where I was saying, stay calm. Now, I told y'all I do helpful hand visuals. And when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that I do 2 for pillar number 3. And I do them for pillar number 1 as well, which I'll get back to. But I'm going through all 4 of the pillars. There are only 4. So pillar number 3, when, now, and Spirit gives me these helpful hand visuals, y'all. I don't make them up, for real. Spirit gives them to me. And so when I did the helpful hand visuals for pillar number 3, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. Share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. My mission statement is, I do lives that inspire people on their journey to make the world a better place. And the advice that I share with y'all will help you to do that. It doesn't cost you 1 cent. It costs you energy and effort. That's about it, okay? So I'll explain completely, okay? So pillar number 3, when I get there, the helpful hand visual that I do in that one, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds, when the people on my live. I did it for my man, and it blew his mind. And by the way, my man's name is Pap, P-A-P. His real name is Fred. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. We have been together for 68 years. We've been married. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary this past June 3rd. We've been together since we were both 13 years old. And sometimes, I don't take it for granted, y'all. It blows my mind too, for real. I look at him, I say, my goodness, I've been with Pap over half of my life. Now I'm going to show y'all a picture. This picture is 1969. We were both 25 years old. 1969, Pap and Joyce, 25 years old. Okay, now I'm going to show you this one. I'm only going to show you 2 pictures. This picture is, we were both 80 years old last year on our 57th wedding anniversary. So here it is, 80, both of us 80 years old on this picture. Okay, and to show you the passage of time, here you go. At the top, Pap and Joyce, 25 years old. At the bottom, Pap and Joyce, 80 years old. Blows my mind. Yeah, somebody said 80 years wiser. Yeah. Hey, it has not been a walk in the park. There's no such thing. And a matter of fact, I wrote a book. The best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. It is 64 pages. It's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. And those 64 pages includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. And he says that I am an incredible cook. So, but this book, y'all, the best way to keep a man is to let him go, among other things. Yeah. Okay, so now y'all can check this one out. I got a lot of 5-star reviews on here. Now, goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, y'all. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books there. Nonfiction. My sister wrote 1 and I wrote 10. And I had no idea I was going to write 10 books. I wrote my first one on purpose. I'm the oldest of 7, and I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. They did such a fabulous job. There was never any sibling rivalry. When I tell people that, they can't believe it, but no, they're not. I adore my siblings. I always have, so I wanted to document the way that they raised us. And the book is a memoir. I'm going to show it to you. It goes from 1944, that's the year I was born, 1944, to 1977. That's the year our mother became an angel. So this is entitled Line of Serenity. And if you like memoirs, you will love this one. These are our parents. They're gone now. George and Rosa Jones. These are pictures of the times we lived in. And this, y'all, is a picture of the 7 of us. I was 12 on this picture. I'm 81 now. This is brother. He died in 2013. He had lung cancer. It's Cordell, Nita. She's the other author. She was 7 on this picture. She's 76 now. Kenny, Reggie, and Ava. Ava was 3 on this picture, and she's 72 now. And this is a plate of food, what a plate of food would look like. So if you like memoirs, now this is the only book that I wrote on purpose. The other books, I had no idea. Spirit did this, for real. And I look back on it and I understand how Spirit was preparing me to be a writer. I didn't know I was going to be a writer. I didn't write my first book until 1997. I was born in 1944. Okay, so, and like I said, I wrote that one on purpose because I wanted to document the way that our parents raised us. Yeah, he did smoke. So, and I was successful in writing the book. It's 167 pages. It's $12.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. And those 167 pages include the same recipes that are in The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, as well as 22 pages of pictures, because it's a memoir, and I have pictures of some of the people I talk about in the book. Okay, so now back to pillar number 3, stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm, y'all. You lose power when you start becoming angry, okay? And I'm going to go into that. That's pillar number 3. And like I told y'all, when I do those 2 hand visuals, it'll blow a lot of y'all's minds. And then the last pillar, y'all, it's only 4 pillars. Pillar number 4. Oh, thank you. Thank y'all for the subscriptions, and thank y'all for sharing this live. I really appreciate it. Both of them are free. Doesn't cost you 1 penny. Share the live and subscribe. Oh, good. That's what I say too. Yeah. So now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, any of that stuff, that ugly stuff. And I'll tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay? So now, back to pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, all kinds of positive things happen to you and for you. Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Do you consciously think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Only 2. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. Do you ever think about that? See, some people will say there's a 3rd attitude. No, there's not. Some people will say it's neutral. You're not a vehicle. You have no neutral. You're going to lean one way or the other. Okay? So, a negative attitude or a positive attitude? Come on, give me some responses. Do you ever consciously think about that? The fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Hey, South Africa. Come on, give me some responses. Do you ever think about the fact that there are only 2? See, no, never. Thank you, Vanna. Thank you. Come on, give me some more responses, y'all. Okay, well, happy that's a iffy word. Okay. Okay, come on. That's the only answer I'm going to get is from Vanna. Do you ever think about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? Do you think about that? A negative attitude or a positive attitude? Okay, no negative days. I'm going to go into that in detail. Hang around, stick around, stay tuned, okay? Good, Shells. So, now, 2 attitudes, y'all. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's the only 2 that you can have. What I have observed is this. You do not choose to have a negative attitude. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, what happens is you will probably end up with a negative attitude because it's like a default. You see? It's like a default. A negative attitude is like a default because you must deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. You have to, on purpose, choose to have a positive attitude. A positive attitude ain't going to come and sit in your lap. You understand that? You must deliberately choose to have one. And I'm going to tell you how you do it. Undifficult Your Life. That's the title of my lives. Undifficult Your Life. Here's the way you do it. You choose to have a positive attitude. You write a program. You write a program. How do you write a program? You say it out loud. You say it out loud. And here is what you say. Here is the program that you write and what you say out loud. And I don't care who's around you because it'll give you a chance to spread positivity. Here's what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat that. Say it out loud. Here it is. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on that path. I'm going to give you a lot of tips on how you do exactly that, okay? So, what that says, that program, you're saying it out loud. A lot of people say you say it in your mind. When you're programming yourself, you say it only in your mind. I say no, you say it out loud. When you say it only in your mind, that's one element that you're using. You know, that's one. When you say it out loud, It's three elements that you're using. Three. You say it out of your mouth, you hear it with your ears, and it gets plastered into your psyche. You understand? You see? So that is when you say it out loud, you hear yourself say it, and it puts you more into what you said. You hear it. And so you say it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And say to the people that are in your life, I don't care what you say about what my attitude was like yesterday or last week. It doesn't matter what my attitude was like yesterday or last week or last year or whatever. My program is from now on. That means from this point forward. And y'all have to understand that you can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute in your life. You can choose it at any minute in your life. I don't care what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago. If you choose to have a positive attitude, and I'm going to give you a lot more information on it. Okay, now when you choose to have a positive attitude, all kinds of good things start happening to you and for you. I know all of you have heard the saying about life is like a boomerang. What you put out is what comes back. I know most of you have heard the saying about it's like an attraction, positivity attracts spirit. Positivity attracts inner peace. It attracts good stuff when you have a positive attitude. So say this program out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, I am going to do my first helpful hand visual for y'all in a few seconds. I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. Come on, y'all, share the live because I would love to share this advice with a whole lot more people. And y'all sharing the live, oh, I can share it too. Y'all sharing the live opens up the possibility that I'll be able to share this advice with a lot more people, okay? So that's what I want y'all to do. Just open up the possibility, share the live. And now I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. I'm going to do the first helpful hand visual. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. 1, 2, 3. Share the live, y'all. This is what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing, y'all, come on, y'all, share the live, is a helpful hand visual. This symbolizes all the positive elements that are constantly, y'all, constantly flying through the universe. Positive things are constantly flying through the universe, but they always, I don't preach, I share, they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see that? When you write that program and you say it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. And here is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you. 1, 2, 3. You see? Now, what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. Did I communicate that clearly to y'all? From my mind to y'all's mind? Did I communicate that? Positive things are flying over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You can't see it. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. Good. I'm getting responses. So I did communicate that. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Great. See, now you believe it, right? You felt it. Good. Yes. So you see, a positive attitude. Positive attitude, y'all. I coined this quote many lives ago. Like I told y'all, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I don't do TikTok lives anymore because TikTok got almost like you can't say too much of anything. You can't speak what you know. So I don't know if YouTube, but I don't say a whole lot of stuff that I don't know, but at any rate, I stopped doing. Here's the way the universe worked it out. I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, 2025. I did my first YouTube live the following Monday, September 1st, 2025. So you see, I'm relatively new at doing these lives here on YouTube, and it's different. Subscribing is free on YouTube, and sharing it doesn't cost you anything on either one of the platforms. So, and I'm asking y'all to please share the live because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Thank you, John. So, the title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. I'm 81 years old. I live a virtually stress-free life. And the information, the advice that I share with y'all, thank you, will help y'all to live a virtually stress-free life as well. I share 4 pillars of advice. So now, y'all said that that helpful hand visual got through to y'all. That's good. Wonderful. Now I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. Oh, thank you. And it might be you. It might be you. But like I told you, you can choose to have a positive attitude at any minute in your life. For real. All you got to do is say, from now on, that means from this point forward, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, here are the words that will help you to identify people in your life that probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you, but you can change that at any minute in your life, okay, by choosing to have a positive attitude, develop and maintain a positive attitude. These words are like personality traits or personality characteristics, but like I said, you can change anytime you choose to do so. So here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is angry? Who is full of anger? Okay. That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative too. I'm going to come back to it. Moving on. How about lies and dishonesty? Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who lies, who is dishonest? That is negative as well, okay? Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. That's a biggie, always has been. So now, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. If you are full of resentment, come on, y'all, share the live. And if you hold grudges, you are living in the past. Yes, you are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. Past tense. It happened. It's over. There is nothing the people that did that to you can do about it to change it. There is nothing that you can do about it to change it. It's over. You must forgive. If you are the one holding on to the resentment or unforgiveness or grudges, you must forgive because you are creating a real hazard for yourself. When you hold on to unforgiveness, resentment, grudges, all of that stuff, I call those things the uglies. All of those words that I read you, the uglies. The uglies damage the person who holds on to them. You're not doing anything that's going to be bothering the people that you're holding the resentment for or the grudges against, all of that. It doesn't affect them at all. It can affect you. It can destroy your health. Look around you. I want you to open your eyes. Look around you at people you know are holding resentment and unforgiveness and grudges and all of that. Look around you. A lot of them, and it might be you, are on pharmaceutical medication. They have all kinds of illnesses. A lot of them have not in good health, period. And a lot of them are not aging well. They look older than they are. That is what holding on to unforgiveness, resentment, and holding grudges against other people, that's what it can do to you. It can destroy your health. So you must forgive. Now, a lot of people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You don't ever forget. So now I don't read comments that I can see this comment is really, I don't read comments that are 3 lines or longer because, listen, I hope y'all understand this. Some people are my moderators call them paragraphs. Some people are putting in paragraphs. And if I was to read all of these paragraphs, I wouldn't have time to talk about what I want to talk about. I wouldn't have time to share the advice. So y'all please stop putting in all these long comments. And now, true, I look up here. I see the comments coming in in my peripheral vision. I see them, but I'm not reading them. I can't even read them because I wear bifocals. So I have to do this to read the comments. So now, I don't have time to read them. So, but I do occasionally look down and I'll see a comment. That's good. Okay. But you're taking a chance on, my moderators are going to delete the comments if they're that long, but at some points I'll look down and I'll take a screenshot of a comment if I look down and read one that I want to take a screenshot of. So I'll do that. And my moderators take screenshots of comments that people make as well. Comments and compliments. So my lives are very well received, y'all. So please share the live because I want to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Now, back to you got to forgive. Don't forget. You keep it on the stove on the back burner, but you don't ever forget. You'd be an idiot to forget what they did or said, okay? You must forgive. And it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. Thank you. Doesn't matter who it was or what they did. Hey, Norway. Hey, Kyle. So you must forgive them. I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message, a voicemail, or a video call, an email, that kind of stuff. No such thing. Hey, Honda. So y'all can use, oh, I wanted to tell you too, when you forgive, it doesn't mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs, okay? But if that's what all parties agree to, that's a wonderful thing. Wonderful, beautiful, okay? Love and respect, that's great. So now, I was telling y'all, I'm 81, there was no such thing as all these text messages and all this stuff when I was a kid. But y'all can use a text message, an email, or whatever to forgive them. But if you don't want to have anything else to do with them, you can forgive them by saying it out loud to the universe. Yes, you can. And I'm going to give you 4 testimonials that have happened on my lives that prove it, okay? So you can say it out loud to the universe. I don't have to remind you, or maybe I do. The universe was there. Universe, God, or whatever you call your higher power. It was there when the mess happened to you. It was there. Oh, yeah, it is. That's the only way you cure yourself, to forgive. Because you're carrying ugliness around inside of you. And ugliness harms the one that carries it. So you forgive for yourself. And I have a book of quotes too. That's one of the quotes. You forgive for yourself, not for the jerk who wronged you. Okay? That's one of the quotes. So you don't forgive. You're not punishing the people. You're punishing yourself. When you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to resentment, when you hold grudges against other people, you are creating what I call an invisible internal burden on your cells, on your spirit, on your blood, on your organs. Somebody said they can't forgive. No, you forgive for yourself. You can't, as long as you're holding on to that stuff. And I said earlier, it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. You must forgive them, because when you hold on to that stuff, you are creating an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your cells. I'm going to give you some more information in a few seconds. You're creating all kinds of damage internally to your own body. You can't expect to hold on to all this ugliness and not have it affect you internally. You're not doing anything to, I always say this, I call these things the uglies. When all of these words, anger, resentment, regret, envy, sorrow, resentment, holding grudges, lies, and dishonesty, I call those things the uglies. And the uglies only damage the person who holds on to them. They can't damage anybody else. You understand? Yes. So you must forgive, and it doesn't matter who it was or what they did. So now, you can say it out loud to the universe. Like I said, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. Come on, y'all, share the live. I would like to see a whole lot more people. YouTube says I have 119 people on here, and I would like to see a whole lot more, because I want to share I live a virtually stress-free life, and I'm telling y'all how you can do it as well. So I live this advice that I share with y'all. Yes, I do. And I've been living it since I was about 10 years old, and I'm 81 years old now, or 81 years wiser. Okay? So, you must forgive. You can say it out loud to God, the universe, or whatever you call your higher power. It was there when the mess happened to you. It knows. When you say it out loud, it knows what you are talking about. Okay, so now, here's what you, now, before I go into that, I want to ask you this question. I ask this question every live that I do. Do you know and understand that the higher power or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Do you know that? Come on, give me some responses. You know that the higher power or whatever you call it sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now. Will that cause you to change your behavior in any way? Change what you do, say, and think? I get a lot of yeses. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Great. That's great. See? Think about it. The higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, reads your thoughts right now. Now, I think that all of us ought to be living our lives by the golden rule. The golden rule states, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I'm going to tell you, I live my life like that. I don't do anything to anybody that I would not want done to me. And I don't say anything to anybody that I would not want said to me. It's that simple, y'all. It can be that simple for everybody. Think about it. If you only think about it, don't do anything to anybody else you wouldn't want done to you. Don't say anything to anybody else you wouldn't want said to you. Share the live, y'all. Come on, share the live. I want to share this advice with a whole lot more people. What's age got to do with being articulate? Oh my goodness. Ah, that's a compliment. I understand that, but what's age got to do with being articulate? I've been articulate ever since I started learning English. You know, but I love the discipline of standard American English, where the nouns and the verbs and all that stuff have to go together. But I love the comfort of black dialect because you ain't got no concerns about whatever. Yeah. And I love to cuss, okay? I don't cuss on my lives because I consider my lives to be public, and so I don't cuss in public, okay? So, but I cuss like a sailor, y'all. I love to cuss. I think cussing adds a lot of flavor to whatever you're saying, okay? Appropriately placed cuss words, okay? So now, enough of that. So, where was I? I was talking about forgiveness. You must forgive, but you never forget. So here's what you say out loud to the universe. Universe. Share the live, y'all. I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Okay. I'm going to repeat. Okay, Shells, I got you. Universe. I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Use your hand the way I use my hand. That symbolizes your touching the universe, your touching spirit. You see? Now I'm going to give y'all 4 testimonials of people that were on my lives and what they said. Okay? Testimonial number 1. Come on, y'all, share the live. YouTube says I now have 104. Now it's 100 people. I want y'all to share the live so that I can, oh, thank you, so that I can share this advice with more people. Okay, so share the live. Now, Testimonial number 1. She said, I forgave my dad like that. Oh, thank you, Nora. And I immediately burst into tears. Okay. The second testimonial, she said, I forgave myself like that. And I immediately burst into tears. You can forgive yourself. The universe saw what you did or said too. Okay. Yeah. Or heard what you said. Saw what you did or heard what you said. You're not going to be immune. The universe saw you and did it and heard you too. Okay. So you can forgive yourself like that. The third person was a young man, testimonial. He said, I forgave and I felt my spirit shift. You see? So the reason why the two young ladies immediately burst into tears, and the reason why the young man felt his spirit shift is because, like I told y'all earlier, when you carry unforgiveness, resentment, and holding grudges against other people, that creates an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on everything. You see? That's what it does. And it's pressure. Now, what you have to do is when you forgive, it's what Shelster calls a pressure release valve. When you forgive, it goes psst. You see? That's what happens. Okay? Forgive. The fourth testimonial is a lady by the name of Patricia. Patricia was watching my lives for some time. And, okay. And she had been holding a grudge against her mother for, get ready for this, y'all. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. Over 40 years, y'all. Oh, thank you. So there was a lot of Mother's Days that they couldn't be with each other. She was holding a grudge. She forgave her mother. This past Mother's Day, they spent it together. She came up as a guest on my TikTok live, and it's on my page. I have a lot of guests on my page, on my TikTok live. I'm still trying to figure out how I can do that. And here on YouTube, I haven't figured it out yet, but I don't know. Let me see. I don't know if I can. Let me see if it'll say invite as a guest. Nope. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's not an option. So when I press a person's name, I touch a person's name, and then pop-up pops up. But invite as guest is not an option. So I don't know how I do that. I'm going to have to look and see. I already, you know what? I did check and see. Because it says something about you have to create an event. And I don't know what they're talking about. So I'm 81 years old, y'all. I don't know all the intricacies, but I know how to do a live. Okay. All right. So now, Patricia and her mother spent this past Mother's Day together. And she came up as a guest and shared with us how wonderful it was that she forgave her mother. And it really warmed my heart, y'all, to know that the advice that I share did that for Patricia and her mother. So that's wonderful. So now, positive attitude, negative attitude. When you have a positive attitude, you open up all kinds of portals, good portals, to pour into you. You put out positive, positive comes back. You put out positive, positive comes back. You put out positive, positive comes back. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Okay. Hi. Excuse me. I was doing something. All right. Okay. I'm trying to do y'all's job. Sorry about that. But that got on my nerves. Okay. So now, put out positive, positive comes back. You put out positive, positive comes back. I'm showing y'all that by the phone screen, okay? So only because so y'all can see. But this is like a conveyor belt. You put it out, it comes back. You put out the positive comes back to you. You put out the positive comes back to you. Imagine that conveyor belt is as big as the universe, y'all. Did y'all get that picture? Come on, give me some responses. Did y'all get that picture? That conveyor belt is as big as the universe? Come on. Be quick with y'all's responses, y'all, because I'm running out of time, okay? Did I convey that? Come on. Oh, good. Wonderful. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. I appreciate that, y'all. And I appreciate the shares. Please continue to share this live. I still got over half an hour on here, and I would appreciate y'all sharing the live because I want to share this advice with a whole lot more people. Now I'm going to tell y'all something else that you probably have never heard before, unless you've been on my lives. Now, I'm always talking about positive attitude, negative attitude. Get that? Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time. Nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Okay? Therefore, we live our lives by a ratio, ratio. Did you know? And I'm only looking for responses that say no, because if you already know, then you've probably been on my lives before. Did you know that you live your life by a ratio? ratio. Did you know that? I'm only looking for responses that say no. Come on, give me some responses. I'm going to explain exactly what a ratio is and how you use it. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. Okay, wonderful. Great. You're going to love this. Wow. Okay. Share the live because I sure would love for a lot more people to hear how simple these things are. You know, y'all make y'all's lives so much more difficult than they have to be. And you're going to love this, the ratio. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely, I said it will definitely, I didn't say it might or maybe or yeah, it's kind of iffy. I didn't say that. I said it will definitely help you to better control your life. Yes, I'm going to repeat that. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. You and you alone set your ratio. You and you alone adjust your ratio. Okay? Oh, I'm going to. Can't you tell I'm going to? I don't never leave y'all out there. I always give you the tea. Okay? Yeah, see? I always give you the tea. All right, now. You and you alone control your ratio. If you set your ratio too high, you can lower it. If you set your ratio too low, you can raise it. You see? Now, my ratio, this will fully explain it. My ratio is 80-20. Some people on my lives have chosen 75-25. 60-40, whatever you want to choose. So 80-20 does not belong to me. If you choose 80-20, that's fine. So my ratio is 80-20. That means 80% of the time, I am happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I can be, you notice I did not say I was happy. I can be in the negative attitude mode. Okay? Now, back over to the positive attitude mode. 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write, and I'll give you more information about that. 80% of the time, I do what is right, what is fair, what is honest, what is considerate, what is kind, all of these wonderful things. So that's 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I'm okay with being in the negative attitude mode, but that negative attitude mode can never include three things. Number one, it can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. Okay? Number two, you cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And number three, thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight. She asked me to include tone of voice, and it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I included tone of voice. You cannot use an ugly tone of voice with anybody. So as long as your negative attitude mode does not include any of those three things, you are fine. Yes, you see? You can't do that. So now, and I'm going to tell you how to write a program, and you can use your ratio to feel it out. So now, I'm going to present you with a behavior that I don't have. So I'm going to use this only as an example to show you you can change any behavior that you have, but you can't change other people's behavior. You see, you can't do that. And that's what I think is a lot of the problem in this world. Oh, thank you. Is other people trying to change other people's behaviors, especially in relationships. You know, you can't do that. And when you are trying to change somebody else's behavior, they are looking at you. If they don't say anything, they're saying, what the hell? How come you don't work on your own behavior? You understand? So that's what we should be doing, y'all. As individuals, we ought to be working to improve our own self, okay? I should be working on me. You should be working on you. And by the way, the trolls on here, when y'all say these kind of dumb things, it doesn't bother me. It reflects on you. I feel sorry for you. I really feel sorry for you because it's a pitiful life that you are living, that you take pleasure, and I don't even know if you take pleasure in trying to insult somebody else or trying to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm way above that kind of BS. I'm way above that. So when you put those kinds of comments on here, it makes no sense. You are the kind of person that really and truly needs to listen to the advice that I have to share. Okay? Oh, thank you. So, and I appreciate all the subscribers. I really do. And I love the sharers. I really want y'all to share this live. But the trolls on here and asking dumb questions or making stupid comments, it's just so sad. You really should improve your life, you know? I've had trolls apologize to me, okay? Because it doesn't bother me. It reflects on your dumb ass, okay? So, now, here is the behavior that, false behavior, I'm going to tell y'all about. I don't do this, but I'm going to show y'all how you can write a program to change any behavior that you have. I'm going to tell y'all what the behavior is, and then I'm going to tell y'all the program that I would write. Okay, so here's the behavior. I eat 12 cookies every day. I don't. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. That's the behavior. Here is the program that I write, and I say it out loud. Say all of your programs out loud. Even when I'm even start doing that when I lay my phone down, so I don't forget where I put it. I say I put my phone on the bookcase. Okay, if that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I say it out loud, and so then I remember I heard what I said. So you say it out loud. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. The program that you write is, I eat 12 cookies every day. Okay, thanks, Kyle. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. And tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies. And the next days and weeks and months come and you're still eating 10 cookies. How you use your ratio is this. 80% of the time, I will eat 10 cookies. 20% of the time, I can cheat. That's my wiggle room. Okay? Okay. That's my wiggle room. I can go back up to 11. I can even go up to 12. But most of the time, 80% of the time, I am going to honor the program that I wrote and eat 10 cookies every day. Now, I had one young lady on my TikTok live. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, y'all. I love doing these lives because I get to share the advice with a whole lot of people. And I want y'all to share this live too, because that'll open up the possibility that I can share it with a whole lot more. So she was on my live and she made the comment and I took a screenshot of the comment and I posted it on my page. So my TikTok name is JJ, the letter J, JJ Fields, Fields, and the number 7. So I have a lot of content over on TikTok, y'all. I got over 53,000 followers on TikTok, and I still post just about every day on TikTok. I did 2 posts today. And so her comment is on my TikTok page. I got a lot of content though, so, and it's all useful stuff that you can use. And she said, I went from 6 meals a day. She had an eating disorder. So she said, I went from 6 meals a day to 5 to 4 and now 3, thanks to her advice. And she was talking about the advice that I share. So she used that program example to go from 6 to 5 to 4 to now 3 meals every day. So she used it for an eating disorder. So y'all can use it for whatever behavior you are doing that you want to change, you know? So you can even say, I'm going to start turning out these lights. You know, when I leave the room, I turn out the light. And that will, you say that out loud, and that will alert you to, if you forget and you go past the room and the light is on, you'll turn it out, you know? So, all right. So now, here is when you develop and maintain a positive attitude, all kinds of wonderful portals open up to you and for you. So develop and maintain a positive attitude, y'all. It truly pays off. A positive attitude is like a plug in your hand. It's like a plug. And you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul. You see? And this is what I love. Oh, yeah, they are. It electrifies you. For real, y'all. It truly electrifies you. It makes you become a more vibrant part of your own life. So it really does. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. All you got to do is write that program and say it out loud. Okay? Here's a positive attitude. I mean, not the positive. It's the negative attitude, y'all. This is a negative attitude because you're all locked up. Okay? Negative attitude. This is spirit and inner peace. Spirit and inner peace. Okay? They cannot get through. A negative attitude repels spirit. A negative attitude repels inner peace. You see? This is a positive attitude. Positive attitude, you see. I don't preach, I share. Positive attitude. Spirit and inner peace right here. You can see what's going to happen. Not only do they get through, they turn and encase your entire being. You see? You see? Have a positive attitude. I can't think of anything good that has ever come from having a negative attitude. And I showed y'all, when you have a negative attitude, all kinds of good stuff flies over your head. Okay? So now, Spirit came to me and told me about peace and inner peace, outer peace. Spirit said there's such a thing as outer peace. I had never, ever heard of outer peace. Have you ever heard of outer peace before? I haven't. So Spirit explained it to me. Inner peace is something that can never be destroyed. It can never be disturbed. Inner peace. It can never be disturbed, can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed, can be destroyed. You see? Outer peace can be disturbed, can be destroyed. Outer peace is, for example, if you're trying to study or sleep and someone in the same room or downstairs or upstairs or across the hall or across the street is making noises, that is disturbing your outer peace. You see? So now, when somebody in your family is doing things or saying things to disturb your peace, that's your outer peace. And if that is the case, and it is the case for a lot of people, you should never be swallowing that kind of stuff. Anybody that's disturbing your peace, you should let them know. But you can't cuss them out. You got to be kind and you got to be diplomatic. Be kindness in everything you do. You have to let them know. Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace, and that includes your mama, okay? I'm going to tell you how you deal with these things in a positive way. Now, if anybody in your family or whomever, you tell them, I love you dearly, especially if it's your family member. I love you dearly. I really and truly do. But when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, they are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them that. But you're obligated to tell them. Watch them after you tell them. See if they're going to change their behavior. If they don't change their behavior, then that gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say, now, I told y'all I love y'all dearly. I really do. I love y'all dearly. But I told y'all, when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace, y'all still doing it. That leaves me no choice. And I give y'all 3 examples, 3 options. Option 1, I have to feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 2, I have to love y'all from a distance. Option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. And if you're going to come up with an option 4, that's fine. But use diplomacy, use kindness. Tell them. And if they don't, then that's fine. You already told them. But you can't cuss them out. But they don't have to change their behavior either. But now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, doing stuff or saying stuff, here's your mama disturbing your peace. Share the live, y'all. I still have quite a bit of time. Come on, y'all, share the live. I appreciate all the people who have shared it already, but please continue to do so. Here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are getting your peace disturbed. You tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I really do. But when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas will say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace, or stuff like that, That's mama. Leave her alone. When you wrote that program, when you said those words, when you said that program out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That raised your frequency. It raised your vibration, you see? Your mama is still down here doing her thing, but you are way up here now. You're no longer down here. You're up here. You raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. You are able to look at what your mama is doing and it doesn't bother you. You see, you raised your vibration. You raised your frequency. You see? Good, Shells. Good. So that is how you do it. You raise your frequency. Uh-huh. When you write that program, when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you change the whole trajectory. It's amazing how that works. Take my word for it. I'm 81 years old. I've been using this advice since I was about 10 years old, So that is pillar number one. Pillar number two is increase your level of patience. Increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I'll tell you how you do that. But I always start with the toddlers. Now, first of all, did y'all get something out of pillar number one? Give me some responses, y'all. Pillar number one, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Come on, give me some responses. Be quick with y'all's responses. Come on, y'all. Be quick with your responses, please. Did you get something out of pillar number one? Develop and maintain a positive attitude. Thank you, Justice. Come on, give me some responses. Is Justice going to be? Okay, I sure did. Good, thank you. Thank you. All right, wonderful. So I start with the toddlers when it's pillar number two, increase your level of patience. If you are raising toddlers, when that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Make sure you give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Do that several times at 5 minutes. And using the timer all the way through. Stretch it to 10 minutes several times. 15 minutes several times, all the way up to an hour or more. Not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Okay. I hope this helps. Oh, good. Yeah. I got to take a screenshot of that. So you will be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. And it is a true blessing to have a patient toddler, okay? Now, if you're 10 years old or older, I'm going to tell you, Spirit told me I can tell y'all how to teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So you need a piece of paper and something to write with. It's a fun exercise that will help you to learn how to teach yourself how to feel elapsed time. So I'm going to count to 10 to give you time to get the paper and pencil, whatever. And I'm going to drink some tea while I count to 10, and I'll be back and tell you what this is. Okay. Now, on that piece of paper, write down the time that it is right now, wherever your time, whatever your time zone is. Write down the time it is. Put the paper away. And sometime later, doesn't matter how long, doesn't matter at all. Try to guess what time it is at that point. Do that several times every day. I do it automatically. I don't need, and you won't need any tools at all. What that does, it causes you to zero in on the passage of time. You will become conscious of the passage of time. And if you use an alarm clock to get up by, if you wake up before the alarm clock goes off, try to guess what time it is. I've been practicing this exercise. Oh, good. Wonderful. Yeah, try to guess what time it is. And you'll get closer and closer. Okay? Now, that is how you will teach yourself. Can you use that exercise? Will you try it? Come on, give me some responses. Give me some responses. Come on, y'all. Come on, give me some responses. Can you use that exercise? Oh, good. Thank you, Justice. Thanks, Hoppy. Uh-huh. Okay. So, now, if you are 10 years old or older, you can teach yourself how to increase your level of patience. You can learn that. And the way you do it is you write a program. You say it out loud. Okay, Justina. You say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am teaching myself how to increase my level of patience. Say that. Especially if it's something that you are fiending for, or especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for. Make yourself wait. It's just that simple. If you make yourself, that's what you're doing when you're raising the toddlers. You're making them wait, teaching them patience. You do the same thing with you, with yourself, if you're 10 years old or older. And I also recommend this book if you're raising toddlers. Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish, Madre Docena. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't say the rest of the title. So, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com, and the link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Okay, so this book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. And I talk about patience because Mother's Dozen, that's 12. An easy recipe. Recipe says there are ingredients. And here are my 12 ingredients for raising a great kid. And the last one is patience. So that's why I talk about this book. And I highly recommend this book if you are raising toddlers. So now, that is the way you teach yourself patience if you are 10 years old or older. Just make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's fabulous, because that tells you that you are stronger than it ever was. You always were, but you never challenged yourself. You got to challenge yourself, okay? Make yourself wait. That's pillar number 2. Increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3 is to stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. Now, this pillar, I do 2 helpful hand visuals in this pillar, pillar number 3. Stay calm. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You start losing that power when you become angry. You think about it. You start blubbering and bluster, blah, 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 all that. And then you become angry and you're hyper, you're over animated. You know, some people throw things and, all just ugly. Can't you see that they're losing power? Here's power, calm. That's power. You can think. That's power. So now, Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons. I had never used the word neurons in any of my lives before, never. And Spirit told me to use the word neurons. So I knew that neurons were a part of the brain, but I didn't have any extensive knowledge about them, okay? So I used the word neurons. I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So when you are calm, your neurons are doing like this. They are communicating with each other. They are gliding past each other. And I was talking about as opposed to becoming angry. Spirit gave me that helpful hand visual, and it gave me this one that I'm getting ready to do now. When you become angry, this is what your neurons are doing. You see? So now, that was in the morning when I was doing my live. Spirit came to me and told me to do that. Later on that night, Spirit came back to me, honest to goodness. I was flabbergasted, y'all, for real. I was flabbergasted. Here's my hand. Spirit came back to me later that night and said, look up what neurons do. I said, oh, like I said, I was flabbergasted, but I obeyed. Spirit told me to look up what neurons do. So I Googled it. This is what Google said. This is going to blow your mind. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's why you can't think straight when you're angry, upset, aggravated, agitated. That's why you can't make good choices. That's why you can't make good decisions. That's why you can't compute anything accurately when you are angry. So do yourself a favor. When you start, oh, thank you. When you start to feeling yourself getting angry, think about your neurons. Look, think about your neurons. That's what they're doing when you are angry. They should be like this because you're calm. That's where your power is, in your ability to stay calm. So stay calm, y'all. That's pillar number 3. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, anger, panic, frustration, anything that any of that ugly stuff that's going on inside of you. And those 4 words will help you probably at least 85, 90% of the time. And the 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Yes. Nothing lasts. No situation lasts. No scenario lasts. Everything passes. We even use the word pass when talking about death. We'll say he passed last week. She passed yesterday. This too shall pass. So the next time your mama is fussing at you, the next time your daddy is fussing at you, remember those 4 words. And they cannot read your mind. Remember that too. They can't read your mind. Nobody can read your mind. Be thinking, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Or, this too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. Yeah, this too shall pass. I use it all the time because nothing is worth your anger. What does anger, it serves no useful purpose. So stop it. You can get pissed off or slightly upset. I love y'all too. But don't get angry. I do not get, like, I call it over the top angry, animated, that kind of stuff. No, I don't get that way. Why would you? Why would you do that to yourself? It makes you look so ugly. Think about it. When you look at other people, that's the way you look too. Okay. Yeah. See? All right. So, Miss Joyce, what part of USA are you? Okay, I'm in California. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, y'all. 81 years old. Thank you. So, this too shall pass. Remember those words. I want y'all to implement the 4 pillars in your life. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You write a program, and the program you write is, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. I told you how you do that if you are 10 years old or older. And I also told you how you teach patience to a toddler. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Think about your neurons. You don't want them to be doing like this. You want them to be doing like this. Think about your neurons. Then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, all of that kind of stuff. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. That's correct. This too shall pass. Now, it's not hard, Melinda. See, that's part of what y'all's problem is. A lot of y'all. Y'all use the wrong kind of words. When you say it's hard, that means you're going to try to stay away from it, It means you're a coward. You're scared of it. Challenge yourself. You're smarter than you think you are. Okay? Yeah. So now and if y'all got something out of my live, do a video or a post and tag me or mention me or whatever the term is, because I'm 81 years old, y'all. So I ain't into all of the words that y'all use in this social media. I know how to do a live though. Nah, 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 nah. Yeah, so I'm just playing with y'all. So I love doing these lives, y'all, because they are so well received. I get so many comments and compliments, and that's what keeps me doing them. And so then now I'm closing out my lives. I want to thank y'all for joining it. And I want to thank everybody for sharing and for subscribing. Now I close my lives out with this book. Yeah, thank you. My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. You're very welcome, y'all. You're very welcome. I love doing them. It's 90 pages. It's 167 quotes that I coined. So, 90 pages. It's $7.99. I was trying to think of all the stuff that I have surrounding this book. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. 11 fabulous nonfiction books. The link is in my profile, goodshortbooks.com. So, I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. That quote states, never lose your hope and faith. Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. Okay. So now I'm going to read, and I don't remember saying that, and I didn't know I was coining a quote, but now I'm getting ready to read y'all a quote that I knew I was coining a quote, and it was for a quote contest, and then I remember all of this. So now this was for a quote contest in 1919, Lord have mercy, in 2011 or 2013, one of those. So it was for a contest, it was for a calendar. So they wanted to have 12 quotes for the calendar. So I coined this quote and then I submitted it to the contest, and it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. And I post this quote to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. Chase your dreams. Do that. Chase your dreams. This book is formatted, 90 pages. The quotes are in all caps, 2 quotes per page, separated by a black and white picture. Now I'm going to open up the floor. I'm going to be on here for a few more minutes. It's 90 pages. This is what's on page 90, the end. You're very welcome. So pages 6 to 89, y'all can throw out page numbers, and I'll read the 2 quotes on the page to give y'all a taste of what these quotes are about. So give me some page numbers, y'all, and I'll read the 2 quotes on the page. In the meantime, I want y'all to implement the 4 pillars. Page 15 for Mimi. At the top of 15, sleep is a wonderful thing. You seldom wake up feeling as bad as the night before. Excuse me. At the bottom of page 15, if you create good ones, memories can warm your heart forever. Okay. Page 48 for justice. Page 48. At the top of page 48, close your mouth and open your mind. At the bottom of page 48, some of the cruelest people in the world go to church regularly. Okay, page 35 for V. At the top of page 35, use your eyes as cameras and your ears as microphones. At the bottom of 35, get out of your own light. Can you use those quotes? Okay, page 37 for Aurora. At the top of page 37, listen carefully to what comes out of your own mouth. At the bottom of page 37, don't try to make dishonesty look good. Okay? I'm going to read one more, because if y'all like these quotes, do y'all like these quotes? Hold on, page 10 for, who was that asked for page 10? Rita. Okay, Rita Worley, excuse me. I'm going to touch my phone. Page 10, at the top of page 10, your brain is contained in your skull, but your mind is not contained anywhere. It's as big as the universe. Use it for good. At the bottom of page 10, good habits, order, and organization make life easier. All right. Now, these quotes, I'm still on TikTok, y'all. I post every day, just about every day to TikTok. I have over 53,000 followers on TikTok. I only do my lives here on YouTube. because TikTok they really got bold, just too tight and too strict. So I left TikTok for my lives, but I still post. And if y'all like these quotes, I still have subscriptions available on TikTok. The quotes, here I have 125 subscriber-only videos. If y'all love quotes, you will love being one of my subscribers, because I take a quote out of the book, and I get 125 subscriber-only videos. And I beautify the quote. This one is, it's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased a dream. And it's beautified. And that's what I do. I beautify them, and I tell my subscribers why I coined the quote, what the quote means to me, and it can mean to anybody. And so now in the book, it's just the dry quote, but I love dry quotes. But when you subscribe, you get the 125 subscriber-only video. So if it's worth it to you, if you love quotes like that, then it would be worth it for you to subscribe. So get 125 subscriber-only videos. So get this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. I want to thank y'all for joining my live. I know some of y'all got some out of it because I saw the comments. So I'll be back tomorrow, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock, and spread the word. Help me spread the word. And consider doing a video or a post and tag me or mention me or whatever the term is, okay? So you're very welcome. I love doing these lives, y'all, because I get to share the advice that I have lived, and I know that it works. So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for subscribing, and thank y'all for sharing. I really appreciate it. So come back tomorrow and be prepared to share. All right? Later, y'all.